All right, welcome everyone. This is Jackie Gessinger. We are coming to you live with the Amber region, and this is our goal achieving webinar. So we always have our action planning, and then we have goal achieving. We are at mid-month, or green by 19, as we will call it today. So this is a time to check your list, check it twice, and get those goals in order as you count down 13 days backwards to what you need to do each day to accomplish your personal, team sales, sponsoring, and promotions. So that being said, we're going to kick us into gear today. We've got a couple of sharers with us today, and you know my recipe, it's always fire. My goal is you have a little bit of fun, you have a whole lot of inspiration, we have some great recognition, and we learn from a couple of our top just top resulters, things that are happening. So you're going to hear a couple of different leaders sharing today. So we're excited about that as well. And in the meantime, for those of you live, please make sure you use your chat box for any comments, any questions, any hot shares you have, so we can pop in and listen to you as well. So today, key is get your calendar. Key is get your workbook, or your notebook, I should say, and get ready with the list. We want you to walk away with the actions and plug that back into your calendar. So we've had a great focus. Oh, Marilyn, you're sharing your screen, honey. So just hit the share button one more time and stop sharing, and it'll go away. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to share over you.
Good, thank you.
I'm like, oh no, you're not. I knew. She's like, I don't know what I did. It's okay.
I think I found it.
Oh, good. Hey, the good news is every time we hit a wrong button, we learn something. So I love that. So thank you for that. Okay, ladies, so here we go. Let me take you to our action planning webinar today. So overall, as we talk about March, this is really a blowout month. This is really your opportunity to get caught up from quarterly goals, to get caught up as well for any trips or promotions that you're working on. And I love Jafra's focus, giving us all the tools for parties, meeting more people, and promoting teams. I know Jafra's got M&Ms on that front action cover, but I got P's in my mind, parties, people, and promotions, the way that we grow multi-level marketing. So as we begin today, I want to start out talking about It's March Madness. So I wanted to read you something. If you get this in your email, maybe you haven't read it yet, but it really struck my heart today as I was having the news on while I was working late last night, everything going into March Madness. Not a big basketball player myself, or really into it, but I do know it's kind of the rage. I'm a Super Bowl girl and a NASCAR girl, but I know that basketball's got so much happening around the world for March Madness. So I wanted to read you a little story about this. It comes from inspireyourpeople.com. So picture this: 6 games, 289 missed shots, 73 turnovers, 106 personal fouls, and 22 missed free throws. So I'm going to come back to my screen in just a moment. I was just trying to clear Maryland's, but I want you to think about that. This team went undefeated in March Madness last year and ended at 6-0. So when you listen to all of that happening in 6 games, those are the stats for last year's men's college basketball champions, Villanova University. They had so many mistakes, but they were winners. That's the part that our inspiration is about today. So what were the components of their recipe to take it to 6-0? One was the players' focus. With thousands of people watching them, talking, yelling, waving things in the air, pep bands are playing, cheerleaders are cheering for them and against them, by the way, knowing their work is being watched every second. Sometimes as a leader, it feels that way, right? They're being recorded. They're being judged. Every single moment, every single move, from fans to scouts to reporters to coaches. With all of that combined, all of it was there. They were able to do their work. What else did it take? Second part of the recipe, like Blue Apron, is the players' resilience. There aren't 2 minutes that go by with at least one mistake by someone. And everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. It's a missed shot. It's a foul. It's a turnover. But there's no time for excuses. There is no time for drama. There is no time to complain because the game goes on. And many times it's instant. So the person who makes the mistake knows that if he hesitates and overthinks it to get back in the game for even a split second, it'll cost the entire team. So he gets back to work and it's immediate. No moments wasted. The third is the players care for each other. So when you look at the teams, they huddle up on the court in the very most important key moments of every game. They also, imagine when they do it after a missed free throw, right? So they miss it and they still huddle and love on the guy, right? So it's about really go for it. Don't worry, buddy. You missed the first free throw, go for the second. They say encouraging things to each other. Again, rather than telling him that what he did wrong, the focus is always, that's okay, keep going, you can do this better. Think about the inspiration by those enthusiastic players who encourage their teammates from the sidelines. Some of those teammates on the sidelines have been on the sidelines 4 or 5 years, their entire college career, but they never stop encouraging. Those coaches never, ever stop believing or caring, because if they do, there goes the team. And the fourth piece to that recipe is there's one more inspiring thing. All of this is from people who have been alive 25 years or less. Imagine, pretty impressive to be that young and to be this focused on the 4 key elements of success and to be totally undefeated. So wouldn't it be wonderful to be consistent and look at our work daily in the same way? We can always make that choice and do it ourselves regardless of what others do. And when we do that, it encourages everyone to want to join us. That was hashtag Jafra Movement 2019. That is what leadership is all about. You, no excuses, no drama, no nothing. You just go. And it's not about mistakes, because there aren't any when you're a laser team and you have a laser leadership focus. So as I go back to the screen, these were some of those key elements. And don't worry, you always have the slides and our units. One is the player's focus. What do? They choose commitment, hard work, focus, and they bounce back when things get tough. That's you, leaders. That's you, future leaders. Choose to be March Madness in 13 days. Number 2, they have players' resilience. They pull out the weeds, excuses, drama, complaints, no option. They embrace challenges, truth, and they create solutions in a millisecond. 3, again, they have players care for one another. They love their people. They have a contribution to make every single person on the bench or on the court matters. They're kind, they're patient, they're honest, they're encouraging, and they apologize, forgive, and are thankful. And they thank each other. Number 4 is they are responsible for themselves to be better and to be the best and not cave in to anything less. That is a 6-0 record. So as we finish our quarter 1 of 2019, Think of all the goals you set in January. You still have 13 days to make this quarter matter for you and for your team and for someone else. You're always being watched as a leader, whether you choose the trip, you don't, you are setting that pace and just reaching out, not forcing them to order because it's 50%, loving them enough to show them why they joined Jafra and what they can benefit from. So we have so much in the opportunity here to take March Madness and finish strong. So as we, again, let me keep clicking here, talk about what is the most important big rocks this quarter. For leaders, it's your $500 bonus. I love, as I was doing coaching calls today, we've been coaching since about 6, 7 this morning, is, you know what? I love it. Vicky Hoover's like, oh, I don't have any indirects yet, but I'm going to. I'm getting that bonus. I love that. That is conviction that I've got a plan. I've got this in place. Yes, I'm going. So it's that you've worked a strategy and maybe it didn't all come together yet, but you got 13 of the best days ahead. That's going March Madness. So that's our biggest mantra as a leader, because when you're sponsoring too, and you're inviting others to sponsor as well, that's how you build districts in Jafra. That's how we get to 6-0. Next, we have for future managers, Los Cabos. If you've ever said someday, gosh, darn it, make it today. Gosh, make it March. Go March Madness. Stop waiting for when it's going to be better, when you're going to know more, do more, change. Life is right now. You have the opportunity to be a manager. If you haven't been one in the last 18 months, this is you. Promote to leader. You're going to sponsor 3 QNCs every month for the next 4 months, and you're going to help someone else grow to leadership. Don't complicate the recipe. We'll show you the IPAs. You've got your coach sitting there on the bench waiting for you, caring for you, who can help you these next 13 days as their priority and work with you the next 4 months as the priority. Los Cabos, bonuses, Michael Kors watch, but you know what it's about? You and how you show up different as a result of March Madness, not just financially, personally, with confidence to go forward. I love Betty. Her and I had our last Cabos call last night. She's like, I just got to get this manager thing done. I can't think about it anymore. I got to go there, and I'll go to Cabos after that. This is it. Done. Cross the line. Let's go. Love that. That's exactly what awaits you. For all of you here today. Oops, sorry, did I miss one? I did, but that's okay. It's also Orlando. It's also a time. Orlando isn't about, oh, I want to go to Disney or I don't. Orlando is part 1. The cameras are on. People see you on Zoom. You're a leader. You're their leader. You're a DM3, a director. They look to you on Do Trips Matter? Yes, it's the experience I want you all to have, but it's time, general market, to have you earning trips again year after year. Not 3 of you, 5 of you, 6 of you, all of you. This is where you can really leverage points. Remember, you need 10 qualified consultants, and we can max points out by promoting groups and having $400 months the next 2 months. And with March, this is the best time. So I say pause. And what is it like to go to the tournament for you? A lot can be done in 13 days or even 13 hours. We've been there, we've done it. So I say, let's go to March Madness. As we take a look, I wanted to give you that little bit of inspiration because I believe in each and every one of you. I then wanted to celebrate who is on track for that quarterly bonus. These are our top leaders sponsoring so far this quarter. And I'm just going to mention a few. There's a lot of names here. If you have 3 or more personal sponsoring, you're in my list. You've got Gina O'Neill. Look at Carol Boyer with us today. Linda Wright, Vicky Hoover, Linda Hartley, already with 6, Lisa Washington, Jackie Elves, Cherie Lester, and many of you with 3, 4, and 5 coming right behind. Kudos to the first half of the 500. Next, who has the indirects? Goal is 9. Look at this. At least halfway is 4.5. Susan Anderson, Yinny Chang, Lisa Washington, and Rosa Lopez. And again, many of you with 3. I know this is the big close to that finish of the tournament. So I'm wishing you all the best, because last year we had Gina O'Neill and Rosa Lopez who earned the bonus. This quarter changes the whole year. So we're going to finish strong and we'll open April by lessons learned. I wanted to give you a quick update before we go review the month of February one more time. These are our goals. We always have the goals in black. 262 new consultants every month. I haven't changed since August. That's what we're sticking to. Last month, again, remember, record breaker. 324 new consultants last month. That was record breaking. We know we're qualifying them this month, but it really, truly is about sponsoring and activating them. We also know I love to do green by 19. So right now, where's our region? You know what? I love competition. I love knowing where we are in the United States ranking. Right now, we have 101 sponsors. I know there's a lot coming at month end. We don't want March 32nd. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want another day. But again, we are number 6 out of 11 regions right now. We are number 10 in the number of leaders who are sponsoring. So if you're a district manager, go to your team, be that coach who inspires, believes in them, and helps them think about just one more to their team. In a 50% month, $400 packs, and a $19 kit month, wow. Everyone has more confidence with new in their team. So we're going to do, in a minute, when I have one of my speakers, I'll do the drawing. We're going to do green by 19, early bird sponsors. And we are excited to at least mention those with 4 personal sponsored already this month, Linda Hartley. With 3, Judy Landry and Janet Cower. With 2, Debbie Weiss, Debbie Pitankowski, Marie Menard, who's with us, congrats, Cherie Lester, Melly Gracia, she's with Evelyn as a consultant, Abernathy, Haley Furr, who's a new consultant, just started this month with Jackie Elves. So we are so excited about what's happening early green by 19. So we'll do my early bird drawings at the very end. I've got my list. I'll do that while I've got my speakers. Next, we have 10 new and renewed manager promotions. Last month, we had 12. Woohoo! We did it. And we're so excited. There's many more coming based on all of your coaching time. And to achieve 62% of our leaders achieving their number of orders goals. So we'll be sending that report out once I get it, but you do have your goals for your branch and district in your email from last week. So we will celebrate. There's only 1 leader so far who has achieved her early bird number of orders goals. That's Judy Landry. So congrats, Judy, you're sponsoring and your sales are all aligning to your goals already green by 19. So great job. Judy will be an automatic achiever, and then we'll do a drawing for our top sponsors. So let me take us forward. I know I already talked about Orlando, so forgive me. I want to do a quick review of a little bit more sharing of success from the month of February, and then we'll pause and come back to some shares from one of our top leader spotlights today. So just again, sorry if this is the old slide, but we got to welcome 2 brand new managers, Maricela Hernandez and Hannah Wachter, just fantastic, promoted by Yinny and Linda. We did have 12 total that requalified as well, but some that we brought back, really exciting. It's great to have them back with us. Shirley Pryor Davis with Mentori, Tijuana Triplet with Carol, and Bernetta Cook with Lou. So welcome back. For those of you we haven't seen in a while, it's great to have you back as well. Our first time, and everyone who requalified. So we also, and I already did my drawings on Facebook Live, but I also wanted to celebrate our move up. Some of you requalified, some of you back. Mentoria, it's great to have you back. I did want to spotlight her as district manager level 3 with the new comp plan. It worked. We have a new district director and a new district manager level 3 in our first 2 months of the year because of the new compensation plan. And to many of you listed here as well, new requalified DM2s, district manager level 1s, congratulations to all of you. I did again want to just say great job, Michigan team. They're always wearing matching shirts no matter where you go. They are just a riot. So I want to say congrats to Mentori and her budding district out there in Michigan. Welcome back, Mentori. You are just 2 steps away from district director, a lady in red. So again, we're just really, really proud of her. I did want to celebrate again our top sponsors earning a $100 bonus, a $250 bonus. You can see all of those leaders here. Our top rankings: Carol Boyer, Linda Wright, Gina O'Neill, Jackie Alves, Cherie Lester, Linda Hartley having the top sponsoring. And again, those leaders with 6 personal sponsors earning $250. Wow, hot dang. And to all of you earning $100, I just think that's a game changer last month. Keep up the pace. Don't just do it for cash. Again, keep it going when everything is really about helping other people. Number of district orders, last month achievers: Jackie, Sylvia, Tammy, Michelle, Janet, Rosa, Lisa, Linda, and Glenda. Congratulations on your district number of orders goals. We also took a peek at the top sellers from 2,000 to 6,000. Again, our top 3, Linda Hartley, Janet Zanini, Linda Ploner. Underneath that, with up to 2,000 or up close to 3,000, Therese Swoda, Linda Potter Lint, who's with us. Congrats, Linda. Ruby Arellano with Linda Hartley, a brand new consultant. That was her first month. Debbie Weiss, Janice Todd, Linda Wright, and Ruth Gary. So congratulations. We have more that, again, we're over 1,500 to near 2,000. That's Jennifer Lenzen, Charmaine Rusa, a consultant in Arizona, Norma Lopez, Veronica Castillo, Kathleen Mahoney, Janet Coward, Donna Palmer, Teresa Becker, Daphne Amir, Cecilia Pope, Phyllis Luther, Barb Castellari, and Mary Jo Belisle. Congratulations. And you can see everyone else from 1,000 to 1,500 at JaffraRoyalty.com. So let me see if she's back. Bear with me. Did our Linda Wright join us yet? Okay, she's at an art class. She's going to join us in a little bit. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to go back. Do I still have Gail? There's Miss Gail. All right, so bear with me. I want to, I'm going to flip. I'll bring Linda back in a little bit. But I wanted to take a moment and spotlight someone. So last month, Gail, it started in January. All right, so I want to spotlight Gail. There's 2 purposes to my spotlight. I'm just really proud of her. She had in January when we were at Dallas Distribution. Now, I know you've heard me talk about this, but she went up and she asked some very cool questions of some of the employees there. And since then, you maybe have been on Smart Start, you maybe have watched some of the postings, but she went up, she talked to the employees, she sponsored one of the employees at the Dallas Distribution Center, Tina. And let me tell you, this has gone on fire. And Gail has such a momentum going. And I want her to just share how many sponsors her team has had, what's happening. She's plugging everybody into Smart Start Sunday. She's a great trainer there as well. So I'd love her to just share kind of this momentum that's happening. It's a little crazy. It's kind of mind-blowing to her, but she's leading it. They're following. And then last week, this is the second thing. So I'm very proud of Gail for opening her mouth, talking to employees, kind of like you almost think they know Jaffra. Never assume a thing. So I'll let her share a little bit about that, what's happening. But part 2 to Gail. Gail attends everything. So we had the privilege to be together in Upland. She came to the district director day. I added everybody the opportunity to go out and go painting. We were in the DD meeting, and they were going to just merge whoever showed up to go painting. So Rosa Lopez brought one of her managers, Yesenia, and Evelyn and Gail And Gail always brought a team member with. She's very smart. And they were going painting. So she was with us Tuesday. They went painting all day Wednesday. She met me for coaching for breakfast on Thursday, and her team kept painting. So I want Gail to share the story from Dallas, and I asked her to share some crazy aha moments she learned from painting last week. So Gail, proud of you. Congratulations, by the way. But you tell us your story and you tell us your learnings from last week, if you don't mind. Gail Jamison. Woo!
Well, I am just embracing all the excitement going on in my team. Tina is on fire. You know, I always think I, share with anybody that's within 3 feet of me. And I shared that with Tina. And basically, I just asked, what's your favorite product? And she said, well, I just started a month ago. And I said, well, aren't you a consultant? She's all, no, but I'd like to be. And so that was a kickoff. And she has just by storm she has 5 directs, 1 indirect. She has a gal that is having heart surgery, but is looking to sponsor and qualify before the end of the month with the $400 pack. She's got 2 other people. One of her girls that I was talking to, I talked to her about bringing in her friend, and she said, I haven't seen my friend in 2 years. She's in Louisiana. So we called her and did a conference call. And so we're just spreading the state, which is like, oh my word, exciting. So looking to
qualify. How many sponsors
her.
were on your team last month? It was your record breaker ever.
There were 7.
Excellent. 7. And how many did you sponsor?
I sponsored 2.
That is my favorite. So I love it. And what's happening this month? How many total do you have this month?
This month I have 1 on the books and 1 I'm working with. So I will have my 3 to help me with the quarterly bonus. So excellent. Working on that. I have 2 girls, both Tina and Carla, that came with me for my coaching. She's looking towards leadership, so I may have 2 leaders promoting, and it's just by wow. and the excitement and the movement and just talking. I thought I knew about sponsoring or talking to people and painting it purple. When Rosa brought Yesenia, there's the universal language is Jafra, and pictures are worth 1,000 words. So it doesn't really matter what you say or what you do. It's just getting out. So Evelyn and I and Yesenia and Angela and all that was there, we all went painting it purple. And in our culture, we go to Starbucks and we find a nice little table and we go get a cup of coffee and we sit down and, we kind of just look around and who's here and kind of pick and choose. And Yesenia was like, no, that's not how we do it. We go out and we approach people. Have you heard of Jafra? Would you mind if I gave you a book or a gift certificate for a complimentary facial? And I was like, oh my God, really? We just kind of, Evelyn and I looked at each other like, wow, that's why they're doing the numbers. And then we came back, we, visited for a little bit, and then everybody had to go their own way. But I got the opportunity to go back out with Yesenia after the DD meeting and just kind of go painting. So we went to parking lots. If you save old books, she said, each one of these shopping center businesses, you need to go in there and ask them, can I leave some books here? Can I offer a complimentary facial? With her, pushing me, and gingerly, she just kept pointing, you need to go over there. You need to go over there. And I talked to a grocery store and they said, oh yeah, you can put a tent up here. And, some people talk fragrances and, she said, yeah. So I have 2 places that I can set up a table and a tent and, the whole 9 yards. And then we went to, she was telling me where you go to these check cashing places. Oh no, they have to have a patio kind of area, what you're looking for, so that you can set up a table and chat. Don't go inside because that limits your exposure. So you want to be outside and you want to have balloons. And you know, it was just like, oh my word. We went to the 99-cent store and she said you can make baskets, and it was just like an aha moment. And I am just keeping it going, and just the excitement. She's checking in with me. How many people have you talked to? I have my bands here, and I'm just making conversations and putting it over. Actually, I was at Target yesterday, and I was having a conversation, and I moved the band in front of the gal, and she's all, "Oh, you're coloring bands," and I said, "Well, this is to remind me that I need to offer to give you a complimentary facial." And she's all, "Oh, okay." And so I got her name and number. Her name's Jessica. She was shopping there for a watch. So I it's just exciting. I'm just really on fire. I'm just at a loss. I'm just excited. Embrace the change, right?
It was so fun. How many catalogs does Rosa and her team give out a month?
5,000. Yesenia ordered 5,000 and
500.
Oh, 500. 500? Okay.
500. So they each give out 500 catalogs prospecting a month.
It's incredible. So, and she doesn't, you know, she said if you have Spanish books, English books, it doesn't matter. She says it's a universal language. And she has, in her prospecting, she has separated men's fragrances, women's fragrances, and children's fragrances. And so when she goes up to a man, she says, "Hey, may I give you a complimentary, you know, men's fragrance and get your opinion?" And sure. And then he takes the fragrance and she says, "Would you mind taking a book home to your wife?" Sure. And she while I was out, she got probably 10 names.
So it was so funny watching when Yesenia's like, they don't talk to people, right? And Gail's really good. Really good. So is Evelyn, right? Oh my gosh, it was the cutest thing. She goes, "So they were sitting at a table. Like they didn't go talk to people, right?" So, and it's true. I mean, it was just funny. It was like, oh my gosh. And she wasn't being rude, but she's like, "That's not what we do." So then she takes Gail and says, "Let me show you what we do." Gail comes back like, "Oh my gosh. You talk to every business owner. You go ask, you go give. Do you have a wife? Do you have the no hesitation, right? It's that basketball. There's no mistakes. You don't think
with intention.
You can't. You have to play the tournament. 6-0 is undefeated, right? So it's that whole thing. I kept giggling. I'm going, oh my gosh. But then you should have watched the confidence of Gail. Like watching her day to day, because I got to see her a couple days in a row. She was like, "I want to go painting. I want to go more. I want to go more." It was so funny. And then she'd like bring another team member the next day. Every day she had someone with her. So it's just absolutely like, stop thinking, right? It's like, you don't know. I mean, Gail, you had how many potential names, businesses? It just happened. And it was just taking a day and going to learn and try something different. And the best thing you said, though, as well, was painting is always so much easier with a buddy. Mm-hmm. So if there was like an aha moment, it really was that don't go painting alone. So find a team member or sponsor team members who want to make some money and plan to do it. So Rosa and her team, when we ask them, they paint for 1 hour at a time. Rosa has a different place she goes to help people build, and they go 1 hour, no more. So it really is very intentional with that goal during that hour to just let people have a brochure. Now, she doesn't use the sale brochures, right?
No, they focus on the product catalog, and it is intentional. She is prepared, and 9 times out of 10, us in my community, we're not prepared. You're like, I'll do it. And and having it there and committed to, I am going to go out and focus on my business minimum of 1 hour, 2 max. And it's just an intentional. What days are in your calendar that, or hours that you can go and do this? And she said, it doesn't take long. And that excitement and that phone number and that whatever, that connection that you meet with somebody is just going to charge you to go, okay, I can go 10 more minutes. I can go a half an hour more. So once you're in it and you're focused, you get the work done. And it's amazing how much business you get.
Yeah, I mean, you had people going, Jafra, oh my gosh, I remember. I mean, right? It happens to all of us. It's everywhere. But it's just going out and don't overthink it. They just go. It's just part of what they do, right? So not that we don't all do that, but do we have it in our calendar as a part of what we do every week, right? Or every day. So, I mean, we've seen Rosa posting a lot of pictures and kind of leading us to painting differently. And now the cool thing is, after all the training last week, now they're booking parties 2 days a week. And now instead of just getting names, they're bringing people to their party. So they've already restructured their whole theory. So we kind of married how they paint to how we party, and look out for a whole different explosion. So thank you.
I have to add one more thing. When I was with Yesenia, she did her Zoom with Rosa, their team meeting, and I was blessed to be a part of that. And Yesenia brought in Angela's little Lift Concentrate vial. She always calls it as her little bottle, or little friend. My little friend, I never go anywhere without her. And she had neck surgery, and she, right after surgery, started putting the Lift Concentrate on. And it was probably 3 years ago. You can't even see the scar. She shared that with Yesenia, and Yesenia shared it with all of Rosa's people. And now everybody's ordering the Lift Concentrate. So it's testimonies, and sharing is it's a universal language.
Exactly. Well, and thank you for that. So just a couple of thoughts. Whenever you go into a place, so we're kind of trying to multiply minutes that we have. So I wanted to share a couple of things that were very intentional last week. Anytime you're hosting a meeting somewhere, anytime you have an intention to be somewhere, I just want you to think differently. Like, I'm already doing this. How do I multiply, right? So that being said, instead of working on your computer in your office, go work at a coffee shop. Get out of your house, okay? And be ready, be prepared. On that note, I was having Cheryl Sykes in a coaching call, and she said she had been to some networking, and they were meetings, and they were sharing how some of the top people in many different companies, even insurance agents, whatever, were sharing how they built to be one of the top producers. And you know what it was? They went to a coffee shop, and they had a sign at the end of the table. So they had their products on display or whatever they did. So it looked like, hey, this is business, this is product. And it said, just ask me or come talk to me. It's what the sign says. Because when you've got product out, you got catalogs out, trust me, Marie, you and I sat in a Panera and did this, right? And you sponsored college people doing this. Literally, they stopped by and like, ooh, what do they got going on? Go, I dare you, go set up Dolce Vita and just sit at a coffee shop for 2 hours and tell me what happens. Paint your nails, whatever. I don't care. Watch what happens. So, but make it happen. So now marry the two, right? So we were talking about that. So one, think of, where are you meeting people? Meet in the lobby of a hotel. All these hotels have free lobbies. You can go to a bistro at a Courtyard, Spring Hill Suite. There's people everywhere there. Anytime you have a meeting at a hotel or a location, what I started doing is I connected with all the sales managers at the hotels I'm at and asked if we could do treatments for their customers. If we can't do treatments for their customers, like a free tabletop at their breakfast. They all have breakfast. They all have socials at night. The second thing I said was, if not your customers, and/or could we work with your staff? So I had Gail and Evelyn and Yesenia. They all brought 20 bags each because this lady ran 2 hotels. I didn't know it. So we gave 60 employee gift bags to their staff. It was like, well, if we're going to be there, let's multiply. So she didn't know Jafra. We had to sit and tell her who we were, what we did. So they met her in the lobby, got the gift bags. You just don't know. So pause and multiply as much as you can. No different, Pat, and Carol, when we were up in Maryland in November, we had our banners out in the lobby. We kept our doors open, and we were having so much fun at our holiday party. How many people came from the lobby? 4 or 5 people, right? Just came in and came to our meeting. So think about the space you are in, and when you're out and about, being prepared and multiplying. The other thing we did is there was a DD meeting going on, but we're all in town. So do you have any consultants or leaders that want to get together and go painting? Multiply. So it wasn't that they weren't directors, so they weren't in that meeting, but we knew they could go have some fun. So create everything like that tournament. It's a we. There's different people that are there to do different things, but multiplying your day to do as many levels of reaching as you can. When I left Spring Hill Suites, there was catalogs on every single table and in every booth, right? So it's always pausing to plan to multiply. So thank you for planting our roots today, for painting. Gail, congratulations. We're excited for your team because you opened your mouth, and now look what's going to happen. So here comes a couple of leaders when it's like, oh my gosh, that's that momentum change. So great job. Congratulations. So let me go back. And ladies, let me know. You can unmute. If Linda Wright shows up, she was coming and I don't know where she is, but that's okay. If she comes, we'll come back to her. So I want to just take a focus. Here we are. It's 13 days left of March. So when you look at 13 days, how many parties do you have for you or your team to bring potential consultants to? How many places can you have beauty and business going on? 30 minutes at a coffee shop. Just look for your goals that you want to achieve this quarter. Do you have enough places for you and your team to go painting, to invite people to a party, to a little tabletop over in the corner? What does that look like? I also wanted to pause. I know Pat's with us. Congratulations, Pat. Jackie, Norma, Rosa, Pat, absolutely extraordinary training. So much fun. Pat, my favorite. You had a pointer. The old teacher in you came out. Oh my gosh, you made my heart giggle. So I love your great parties. I wanted to just pause and give some recognition to our President's Club and thank them for pushing parties and being a part of this Jafra movement. Honestly, and coaching and doing Mondays with everyone earning the trip. Back to parties, I'm telling you, you all are having so much more fun. So I appreciate that. I love it. And I still know that's the best and funnest way to sell more, sponsor more, book more, and most importantly, train more. We have our party training next week, same time, same place. So we'll have some fun ideas for an excellent April. So stay tuned and bring your booking ideas next week to our party training. Remember, this is the last 13 days. Here's a little checklist time. So you want to take notes of all the things you want to remember for yourself and for your consultants in a big reach out day. Don't forget, this is the last chance of 13 days to buy this incredible hostess package. You could still buy it in advance and be able to book parties, as you know, with the mask and these 3 products. Oh my gosh, my 4 favorites from head to toe, literally. You've got $115 in free products that you could either buy and give to your hostesses, or again, you can offer it as a promotion special as Jafra has it. But don't forget to remind your consultants to take advantage of those offers when they're placing their $400 orders this month. And you still have time to book parties for the best spa and skincare basket. It's like the indulgence basket that you have if anybody holds a spontaneous party on Zoom, in a room, at work, after work, a basket party. Do some Facebook parties and do drawings for these products. So go out and have some fun and get partying, because this is when the birthday suits are coming off. Tomorrow is spring. So they start thinking about their body care. They start getting that birthday suit out of the dry, wintry, icky skin. Ginger sea salt, volcanic mask, mud masking. These are the favorite products for them to bloom into a beautiful birthday suit. So don't forget, if you can buy extras and book into the first week of April, make it limited, make it a rush, meaning in a hurry. And again, you've only got so many openings. So don't forget to keep booking with that. Remember to always keep your list. This is from the Be Your Best Consultant Guide that's in Jafra Royalty from Conference. Help your consultants you're coaching to become managers, to build their income, to really talk about, who would be a hostess. That party list is more important than any list. More sponsoring will happen at a party. The kind of sponsoring you do is very different from prospecting to a party. So they see the job and they duplicate you. And by the way, the best way to show someone how to have fast cash is literally doing a party where our average earning in the United States by Jafra is $250 per party. So whether they take an hour or 2 hours. So help them with the who do you know that needs, who do you know that would love to be the queen of her own party. And having team parties, beauty and business, places to invite people in these next 13 days. So let me pause and go back and take you to, again, we talked about parties. We talked about adding more people. So we've talked about this all month. This is probably my favorite page ever in the opportunity brochure. And I love this story. So as you're posting on Freedom Friday, or you're talking about the new reason for a season to look at a Jafra business tomorrow on spring day, remember, we look for 3 types of people. Consultants who want to join by direct from the company, again, or they can have this free website, a social kit, but a way to make fun, fast cash when they need to, or to just support their monthly Jafraholicism, okay? Secondly, we look for leaders, people willing to work consistently, very part-time hours every week, building clients and building consultants. And we're looking for directors, those who want change in their life. Maybe they're looking to rid of traditional full-time, work part-time, but build a full-time career. That's who you're looking for. You get what you say. So we're showing people about our opportunity. There's great questions here to do Facebook Live, to go on a Zoom party, to do at your party openings, to make into placemats. But again, this is a great page to teach your team what to say. And then again, who are we looking for? So take a pause and go back, take a look at that hostess program, our opportunity brochure, and think about how many of those are we giving away. And those are your best IPAs, income producing activities. So as we move forward, remember, we have to show people why it pays to sponsor. If you say 50 and 11%, it doesn't mean much to people. And I want to thank Helen Wells. Helen was on our district director call, and she said, I'm doing a meeting tonight and I'm so excited. I want to show them why they sponsor. If we say manager, it sounds creepy. If we talk about all the comp plan levels and all the bonuses, it's too much. So she found her simple Helen way, which I love, to talk about how we have 2 ways to paydays. We understand 50%. You sell 100, you make 50. But every time they have a $400 party, their team has a $400 order, their new consultants buy a pack. As the manager, starting at 11%, you make $22 on every order. That's cool. You get to a team of 4 and you have a $200 bonus. You help someone else get to a team of 4 and you have a $400 bonus, and it doubles and it multiplies. The key is that simple formula. If you just add the power of sponsoring and multiplying is this. You add that 1 person a month to your team, and you teach your team to do the same, 400 in sales and 1. And at the end of 1 year through multiplication, there's 2,048 consultants. Could you imagine 2,048 consultants who all did a $400 order each month? Look at the retail you have every single month, 819,000. Here's your wholesale, and here is 11%. Could you make a change in your life with $45,000 commissions a year? We can have $22. We can have $200. You can double it to $400. You can get a quarterly $500 bonus. But what if you had $1 million bill a year? This is just a mock-up of teaching. This isn't a real story, but it's teaching the power of sharing the products and sharing the business, and how 50 and 11, how many parties would you have to do to have $45,000 commission? You couldn't do it. There's not enough hours. So what pays more? Saving your clients selfishly or sponsoring? It's called both, because products lead you to people. Products lead you to parties. Parties lead you to people. People lead you to promotions. The P's, the P's, and the P's, right? So as we end just this little section, and then we'll come back to the audience, the key is what Jose Luis trained on. And we'll talk about the bracelets that Gail had on. This is the 4-part series from Jose Luis. This takes us back to last August at conference. In our session, Scott said, when you look at your time management, this is the honeycomb of success in the Be Your Best guide. But it's that, is 70 to 80% of your time going to talking to people? Then there's coaching, right? Then there's planning, and then there's training. His is blue. Jose Luis is blue. Green is income producing activities, which is people. Blue is training and with your team. Then there's coaching and planning. And there's also, of course, that administration in there. So when you look at Jose Luis, excuse me, he talked about setting goals. He talked about mapping out the plan to do 1, 2, or 3 IPAs a day, depending how fast you want to go. And it's by using the color coding system. Everything in your calendar is pink, administration is yellow, blue is team and training time, and green is money. If you color coded your calendar right now, what will 13 days look like? It's color coding equals success. Because at the end of the day, and we'll go back to what those bracelets are, at the end of the day, sorry, let me stop this little guy I clicked on. If you're frozen and you say, gosh, you know what? I just can't sponsor Jackie, I'm stuck. Or I did it, but now I can't keep it going. The key is you never have to convince anyone. You always have to talk to enough people to find those who are a good fit. It's a fit for them, not you. We did this at Dallas. We said, what is the key? The key is talking to a lot of people, just like Gail said. Thank you, Gail, for teaching us. We're not filling the funnel. Just 3 people here and there is never going to be enough. The most important activity for your business is filling the funnel so you have enough to pull through to the success funnel. Does it take courage? Sure. Does it require practice like Gail? Sure. But it's always about a person-to-person conversation. Zoom is great. Facebook Live is great. You need that too. But the key is having events, painting it purple, personal phone calls, classes or parties, group settings, and following up, and again, utilizing that app. So social media, parallels to it. So I wanted to say thank you to Gail for bringing us back to painting, to what I remember hearing. How do you take action and build leaders and discover leadership this year? It really is the funnel. So I want to come back, and I don't know if Linda joined us. Okay, that's okay. So what I wanted to bring us back to was a little fun. So, Gail, do you want to describe what those bracelets are?
It's a conversation about when you have a conversation, a Jafra conversation, it's just a band to remind you that before the end of the day, if I have 5 of these on my left, I need to have them on the right. Otherwise, I'm not having the conversation. Does that make sense? So when I was out painting it purple, because these are large, I twisted them in half. So in order for me to move them on this side, I needed to have 6 before I transferred. So that was a mandatory, I needed to have 6 conversations with people before I could move my band. So after I got to 6, because I had in a day, I think one day, I think I did like 14 or 16 numbers. So then I moved them back to this hand and then back. So it just reminded me that how many conversations did I have? And then when I get home, and I had them put, you know, their information in my phone, and I said, you know, I'm doing a challenge to get into a drawing. Would you mind if I took a picture? And, you know, we took a picture on the app. So I'm following up with those people that I gave samples to. But it was really fun because they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm in this challenge. I have to take 10 people's picture to make sure that I did speak to 10 people about Jafra. And I gave you a sample. And they're like, yeah. And 2 people actually have already called me and said that they want to order the product.
Excellent. So we modeled this at a meeting last week. So this is something you can duplicate, okay? So I went to Walmart. I made a mistake when I bought them. So I didn't intend for them to be double banded, but it kind of worked out actually.
But it worked good.
It actually worked better. But I didn't like it. So
I can't move it yet. I need one more conversation.
I know, it's so funny. I'm like, okay, that kind of worked. So what I did is I bought the Easter egg colors. They were pastel. There's blue, there's purple, and pink, right? Mm-hmm. So at every meeting, I talked about Jose Luis and the colored markers. And I have my markers on display. And we talked about what is an IPA. And we used that worksheet that I just showed you. It's in your Training Tuesdays. It's in Magic Monday. And so we talked about that and we reviewed what is an IPA, income producing activity. And if you looked at your calendar right now, what color is predominant? Is it pink for personal, yellow for admin, blue for training, green for growing? As he talked about, again, you know, he looked at his calendar, he was working 50 hours a week, but 5 hours were green. And you're never going to make it. So we really did that exercise. So I had everybody take 3 rubber bands, and it's an old trick in the book. You probably all remember this, but we used to do that. And you would move, you could train, the goal was to move all your bracelets at the start of the day. At the end of the day, you move them to the other hand. So it could be like each band represents 2 because they double wrap. So that's 6 conversations a day that you're having, whether you're painting, doing an event, calling your clients, anything that's the A through J on the income producing worksheet. But it's pretty fascinating how quickly it becomes a memory jogger. And you're like, oh my gosh, my bracelets. So the best part is, Gail, what happens if you don't move your bracelets?
You snap it on your wrist, as in, shame on you. You needed to have 3 more conversations. So if it's 9 o'clock, depending on your friends and stuff, you can call or text. Oh, you know what? I meant to connect with you. And if you send them a picture, if you know, I'd like to treat you, I'd like to spoil you. It's just a reminder that, okay, I'm not in bed yet, so I can still have that 1 more conversation. Just 1 more.
Exactly. So if you got a text, you got a message, it's okay. That's talking today. It just is. As long as it's one-on-one and not a spam, right? So let me pause a quick minute. So if we stopped right here and you're looking at your goals and you're looking at March, what ideas are popping into your mind, or what are your takeaways so far from where we are? Because we're going to go to our final section. Anybody have any shares or any thoughts or ideas they're going to do to finish March Madness?
Follow up, prospect, promote, qualify, all of it.
Okay, thank you. All right, Betty.
Just change how I talk to people and who I talk to. That was just that was amazing. Yeah, we have a totally different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Exactly. So again, as we take a look at March, what can you do with your team? If you've got one or two want to build with you, can you go painting? Can you get the bracelets? It's just getting going, right? Because the time is now. It's the tournament season. So I loved using that, you know, March Madness, because it really is what makes it really fun. Imagine if Gail was out playing basketball by herself and no one was cheering her on. No one was with her painting. It's a different feeling, right? So again, just something really cool to do. So let me go back and take us to our ending. Sorry, let me click forward. So again, thank you, Gail, for your team painting last week, for all that you shared today. Most importantly, for the movement that's happening in your team. I just honestly, I'm so excited to see the results of what's happening. So I wanted to share with you just one other thing. After our district director day, this is what Rosa Lopez posted. So she went back to Facebook. She decided, that's it. I've gotten to director by prospecting. She had done 5 parties in her 2 years' time here. And she started building a year ago and made it to director in 1 year. But what she did not do was parties. So the more she saw the hostess program, the more she understood. Gail was sitting with me over coffee and she was like, I'm just done. I'm doing parties. We're doing team parties. I'm doing this totally different. I'm not going to work this hard. I got to teach them the right model. This is what she posted. Here's the difference. She said, and you earn $200 quickly at the same time. Would you be interested? She posted this on Facebook and booked 3 parties within minutes. This is what she posted. So I want to give you a challenge that as you post things, as you go Facebook Live, and I'm going to push you to go Facebook Live, ask those qualifying questions. Sorry, bear with me here. I might click around. It's okay if I do. I want to just share some of the things that we talked about at conference, and I'll go back to what I was going to do to close here with your checklist. But at conference in Dallas, or if you went to another city, Scott really did a presentation. I'll do a little bit of this again next week in case you missed it. I want to be able to record it for your consultants with our party training on how do you talk to people? How do you overcome objections? And one of the key things was earning trust. That's why face-to-face is always better, because it's not written words. You're building trust in clients, potential clients, consultants, potential consultants. And again, always sharing about beauty and opportunity. So that experience is important. And it's asking qualifying questions like, what's your skin goal? If there's one thing you wanted to change about your skin, if you had more fun money, what would fun look like? If you could pay more bills, what are the bills that you always fall short on? So think of qualifying questions. Rosa got that question from January's presentation, and she started posting things like that on Facebook. She paid for a boost in her backyard, and that's what happened. So next week when we come together on the party planning, we're going to do a little bit of overcoming objections, so that you have consultants who want to book parties, consultants who want to sponsor. And we'll do a little recorded series, not just on booking and parties, but how do we talk to people and overcome objections? Because it's normal to react, but like the basketball team, you can't. There's no time for drama, losing your confidence. You're on the basketball court. We're going to keep going, right? So another reason people don't respond is they just weren't ready. So it's okay. You keep planting those seeds. Maybe they didn't know what you were talking about or what you even asked them because you talk so fast or so excited they don't connect to you. You're talking Jaffa. They don't even know what we're talking about. Maybe they didn't have enough information. Maybe they don't have enough info to trust you. You always connect first if you can. So we're going to talk about that next week. We're going to bring some of our common objections for sponsoring and bookings. And we're going to help overcome those objections. We do some of this on Smart Start Sunday, but we're going to go back to what we did in Dallas and relive it for those who weren't with us. So make sure you bring your leaders, your future leaders, and we'll teach them that method of, I understand, I know how you feel, I felt the same way, however, this is what I found. And I'm going to invite you to come and be ready to share. How do you handle those objections? I'm not here just going through slides. I want to invite you. The key is, as we look at 13 days, before we go back to the checklist of phone calls and any shares you have, is remember to be an expert at prospecting and painting and talking. That's all painting and is talking, is work with your contact list every day. Schedule 1 or more parties per week so you have a place to invite people to. Remember, if not now, then when may I call you back? Is next month better? No, I'm too busy. How about next season if I get back to you in June for the summer? Great. If not you, who do you know? And if it is you, who else do you want to join to do the business with you? You always join with a buddy. Great. How many times are you posting on social media? Posting, telling stories. How many times are you Facebook Live? I promise you, I don't know if Susan Nichols is here, but she's my favorite story. She started doing Dial My Calls, which I keep pushing everybody on Magic Mondays and directors to really go back to do phone trees. And it really matters because it's your voice. If you can do a video, just like WhatsApp, go and make a video like I do. Your voice, your interaction is your brand. That's what makes trust. So go Facebook Live, do a video on WhatsApp, do recorded phone trees. If you don't know how, help each other on your WhatsApp group or Facebook. Ask for help, get a buddy. And the key that you just heard Gail say is go. Just do more, do more, do more, and you'll have more conversations. So that's our painting story about the tournament on the basketball court in the next 13 days. We're going to go back. Forgive me, I'm going to flip around based on what we were doing. And I wanted to just give you kind of that checklist. So here's the checklist for today. I wanted to give you a couple of things. First, you've got to plan out the power hours or power segments of time. Last Wednesday, we did a we movement where we talked about, let's call the P's this week. And let's see what happens with the P's, because we have about 4,000 consultants who are going to suddenly drop into inactive stage. That's probably 20% of our consultant base. That's a lot of consultants. Why does that matter for you? If they go that far, chances are once they hit 4, they go to 6, and the odds of them ordering again by 9 months is almost gone. So keeping them active is really key. But this checklist is this. Go back. Whose start date in your reports? Lori did report training last week. So who is a new consultant from September? This is her last month of the iPad. Who is new from December? This is her last month to earn her first Royal Jelly set. Who is new from January? They're earning the longevity cream last month. February, Paris. March, longevity balm. Those are top priorities alongside who you're working with, right? To earn down here, Los Cabos, Orlando, quarterly bonus, your leaders, your future leaders. If you do have leaders, let's not let them get a grace period in the best month with everything in place, and working with your number of orders goals for your branch and your district. When you call your consultants, always, here's their best method of communication. Write an email with everything you need, all right? We'll give you that quick checklist. Put everything in an email, then do a recorded call or a group text if you're going to do that. Your app will not work with Jaffra to your team unless they have the app. But you can do Dial My Calls, which is a place you can do phone calls or you can do text calls. So you can decide. But again, the most important piece to that is remember to put it in an email. You can't do lengthy messages. I can do leaders, I know you more, but most consultants, it's going to be 30 to 60 seconds. And it's about an average of 6 cents per 30 seconds. Again, you could call 100 people for $6. If you want a minute, go $12. You can't pay somebody to do that many calls. So Susan Nichols started doing this. She is getting so much attendance and results from, she does an email, she does the phone tree, and she says them to look in their email for all the details. But then you have to do a drawing. So the call to action is anyone who gets their order in by Friday, by Thursday, never go more than 3 days. Anyone who joins me on Zoom, anyone who places an order, great. Then they enter a drawing, okay? So the key is, again, that you try to do a series of communication that gets a reaction, whether it's client calls or it's consultant calls. So the key is, who else do you have? If their last order was 6 months, 6 months ago, they're not going to get any more mailings from Jafra. So I'm kind of doing the urgent key. If their last order date was March of 2018, their account is ending this month. Let's prevent formers. If they're a P on your list, they are going to go inactive. Again, that's just important. It really is important to say, oh my gosh, it's been months. Come back at 50%, right? If they're an N, they've never activated, they're getting nothing from Jafra. They don't get anything till they're activated. So again, those are some of the priorities. What, again, are we focused on? Remember, it's always about what's in it for them, okay? So keeping that in front of them. What do we have to focus on? Here's your checklist. So as you're calling or doing your email, you know this, but it's just your checklist. You can look at it. You got the 50%, 400. That gives them 50% options the next 2 months. You got the $400 packs. It's their only chance for any new consultant this month or any consultant. Taking that to $1,700 income potential, amazing. Taking it down to $7.68 per product. That's crazy at an average retail value of $45. The Royal Jelly Makeup Demo Pack. That Hostess offer we talked about. April brochures. Do they have their free website? Can they get their Jafra app downloaded so you can communicate there in a much faster, better way? Your Facebook group, let's get them there. Your WhatsApp group. And Austin, if they have any interest, Austin is $20 less this month only. So these are kind of the little checklist, right? You've got a $19 kit. Who do they know that? Next month, between a kit and the offers, the demo pack or the packs, it's $79 more. Maybe you're doing the BOGO offer. I know Marie's doing that. Some of you are doing buy one, get one free to build your indirects for quarterly. Great, let them know. You have those two, again, who are you focused on? Qualifying, requalifying. And never forget referrals. Who do you know that? It's a new season with many reasons people need more income, more fun, more product for the birthday suit. You've got Luna Bright and you've got the products for free for incentives this month. So that kind of reminds you, what do I want to put in there? You have a flyer. It's already posted in Training Tuesdays and Magic Mondays. This was the flyer. We put it in WhatsApp too. Sorry, it's $7.69, not $68. But this is a quick flyer. So you could show them the cost of $200, $300, $400 order this month. This is all done and ready for you as a one-page flyer that's in WhatsApp and on Facebook if you want it, okay? And it's in your slides again. So again, this is March only. That's easy to put into an email. You have the demo pack you can add in there if you choose to, right? And you have, again, anything like this that you can take a picture of, you can text, you can go Facebook Live, tell a story, so on and so forth. Work with your consultants, your clients, and again, anyone that you meet. As you finish, the key is, how could you really move those packs? As you move those packs, if you haven't gone to Jafra, social.jafra.com, there are some really, really cool videos. I don't know if you have seen these, but there's 3 amazing Luna Bright videos, and they tell simple stories. Let me just check. Has anyone seen the new Luna Bright, social.jafra.com? Sarah, have you used him at all, Sarah? I can grab you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have. And I'm in the process of using the product because I do have pigmentation issues along this part of my face and on my cheek from sun damage and also hormonal changes. And it's almost a week. It'll be week Saturday. I did take pictures. My face is feeling very nice. I will say that. And I did use, again, the Luna Bright postings of the demonstrations that are being done with one of the gals that I'm coordinating a usage of a room in her restaurant. She's very young. When I say young compared to me, she's 30 something. And she was interested. She goes, "Oh my God, I just love the sun." And I said, "Well, you may want to take you may reconsider that, but I do have a product," and so forth. I was showing her what I would be doing. I'm going to share this with Marie, and she helped me from the Saturday meeting. And it's very helpful. So I'm going to be showing it in doing a spring fling. The importance of caring for skin is the theme. And going forward, I'll be sharing it again. Shared it with my sister as well. And it's getting her to back into the swing of things.
Excellent. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. There is just so many tools. So let me just show you. I'm going to do a quick view. There's 3 videos. I'm going to exit out of here for a quick second. So there's 3 videos that are sitting in social.jafra.com. And I don't care if we hear them. You may not hear them, but they're very short. I was going to put my speaker on, but I won't worry about it. Go find them. It is super fast. The music is very, very energetic. And literally, they're just super, super fast. But imagine posting. So there it is again. Super easy, right? 30-second videos. These things are so cool. So that's one. Here's another one. But they're super jazzy, super fun. And they say just enough to intrigue someone into how to brighten up their spring, how to brighten up their complexion with beauty,
Jackie,
a business.
we're not seeing them. You're not sharing your screen on either of them.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
No worries. Okay, let me show you. Sorry, my bad. I'm dancing. Did y'all see that though? Yeah, that was great. Okay, here we go. So let's take a quick look. These are super fast, super cool. Again, don't worry if you can't hear it. I'm not too worried about that. But just keep watching. They go super fast, to the point. These are good boosters. Okay, there's one. Now we'll go back, just watch another one. Okay, so these are so cool. Okay, here we go. Here's this one. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong one. My bad. Hang on. Let me go back here. $20 seconds, okay? So there's one more. So as you're watching this, think about where could I have these running? What can I do with these? So as we, again, are looking at the potential of more sponsors, helping our consultants get these packs, they just may not know enough about all the products. So these, again, are some of those tools, bear with me here, are some of those tools that we are able to provide for them using social.jafra.com. So as we close today, I wanted to just pop your mind into a couple of tools. So this was fun as we close, bear with me here. I want to share you something, share with you. This was a chart. Let me see if I can go back. Da-da-da. And we talked about this whole year being about taking action, building leadership at conference. And we talked about how do you really have building your team, building a district. And this came back from, I think Lisa Washington made the STAR chart. I think Rosa Lopez brought it back out. That's what she looks at every single day. And it really is saying, okay, leaders who have success promoting leaders, just like what's happening to Gail, is this attitude that everyone can be a leader. You believe in those consultants like a coach. They deserve to at least hear about the leadership opportunities. And just know it's not your job to offer leadership. It is your job to offer leadership or the consultant opportunity to everyone. And it's that person's job, the consultant or potential consultant, to decide if they want it or not. It doesn't matter if they do or don't, because it's for them. So again, I got to tell you what Miss Helen Wells did. So let me go to this chart, and you will have these. I'll post them again. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is the chart that Lisa brought back, and Rosa grabbed it and loved it, where you focus on who's my first 15 stars. At 5, you're at district director. At 10, you're at DD. At 15, you're an ambassador, and you have a free Mercedes. So it's keeping track of the stars that you're going to promote. So this is a key tool of visualization. You can give the star, you can go to the dollar store, Party Central, and every consultant, when they're new at case issue, every time you have a team meeting, because you're showing 2 ways to paydays, right? You're going to show $22 and 50%, right? And you give them a star. At the top of the star is them. And they need to start with their first 4 team members. When they promote, they have their picture in the middle of the star with their team name, and you build a star wall. Okay, this is, if you ever went to my training center, it's exactly what we did. So you're helping yourself see how to get to your first 5 leaders, the next 5, the next 5. But you use stars. This is what Rosa's doing. Then what you have, by the way, is Helen. This is so smart. Helen Wells again on our director call said she's going to take and build her, use this chart. So I redid it so you all have it. She didn't do this, but she had the idea, and I wanted to make it for you today. She's going to give this to every consultant to go alongside. Again, you can put it alongside their star. The key is that what we're focused on, oops, that guy's got to move over. Glad I did this. I'll correct it. Don't worry. So I'll move this over here. No, I did it right. Sorry, my brain's off. It's my brain. All right. So you have them get to 4 where they begin that $200, right? So this is the 2 ways to payday. But the reality is, and this is just factual, the problem that we tend to have is we get them to manager, but we never move them up to district manager. And it's so true. They look for their first 4, right? But we keep adding stars. If you want to cross the board, our managers, once they start getting to 15 to 20 consultants, are then able to promote a manager. Doesn't mean they have to wait to get there. But the vision is you can't get to 4, right? You keep adding more people. 2 direct and 3 indirect is the recipe of success. And when they do that with those 5 a month, 5 a month, 5 a month, there they are, ready to be a district manager, earning quarterly bonus and moving up in all the bonuses. So this is for them to see it doesn't stop with 4. So we made a second star chart thanks to Helen. So that is our focus. As we look at quarter 1, quarter 2, someone's really drawing on my screen. Hope you're having fun. So I'm going to end with take a look at your calendar. I'm going to give you our calendar as we close our 90-minute training session today. And it's March. Remember these fun days. We did this yesterday on Magic Monday. Today is National Client Day. Could you do a referral blitz? Could you do a Facebook party for your clients? Could you do place an order for 2 days and draw for the hostess gifts? Could you, again, we'll come back and just see if anybody has something, but National Client Day. You've got spring tomorrow. This is a crazy day, but I love Kick Butt Day. This is the March Madness. What could you and your team do that day? It's a team challenge day. Maybe it's place an order Kick Butt Day. I don't know. Take advantage of the Kick Butt offers. If you don't talk that way, it's fine. It's just a crazy holiday, okay? Could be a sponsoring blitz. Could be a leaders blitz. You have the 21st, a National Fragrance Day. Could you do a fragrance bar in a business? Could you do a fragrance party? Do a Facebook Live party. Try it. National Chocolate Day. I saw Evelyn Abernathy did a post on chocolate. That was fun. And coming up, National Purple Day. So think of so much fun that you can have. Do what you normally do, but get outside the box. Find places to paint or places to set up a tent. Just giving you dates ahead. This week I'm in Arizona. Who do you know in Arizona? Have you posted Jaffra's coming to town? Build where I go. We're paying for a room. Why not put people in the room? We've got Chandler and Yuma. You can see the calendar on Facebook and the invites under our monthly calendar unit, an invitation unit. But what a great time to think, who do I know in Arizona? I go on the road so you can build across the nation. Next month, we'll be in Portland. We'll be in Tukwila, Washington. We've got Smart Start all 4 Sundays. We'll finish March with the next 2 Sundays. We've got Magic Mondays, all 4 Magic Mondays, starting on the 8th. I will not be here on April Fool's Day. I'm not fooling. I'm on vacation. Training Tuesday, we've got that. That will start and stay effective every Tuesday next month. And Comp Plan Climbers, you'll see this in a calendar, but these are your save the dates. I will be out of the office effective March 28th. I will be on a couple of day vacation, and then I have to leave vacation and fly early out to California. All of our district manager level 3s through ambassadors will be meeting Hudith. We're excited about that. So very excited to have you there with us. I think we've got Marilyn out there. So we will be together at the home office. I will be there all of that week through Saturday, and then I'll be back to our normal schedule starting in April. So I wish you all great success. Keep building your Smart Start Sundays. I'm so proud of our smart sellers. We've got Pat Clover, Moketta Jeffrey, Marlene Comstack, Annie Chipman. Congrats, and she just won the party posting. Our smartest partiers, Pat Clover with 3 parties, Marie Menard, Rhonda Hall, she's got a new name, Ponda Hall, and Ann Chipman. Our smartest sponsors, we've got Betty Green out there, great job. Pat Clover with 2 and an indirect, that's awesome. Marie Menard for everybody registering. So far, we've had our diamonds, gold, silver, and bronzes. We've got Ann with gold, Marie and Tina. There's that consultant that we have been bragging about with Gail as our silver. Our bronze, Heather, that's obviously, as you can see, a family member of Tina. Pat, Linda, Maria, Moketta, Rhonda, Sandra, and Maria, congratulations. Our graduate, she's with us, Sarah, congrats. Victor, sorry, Victorina Reyes, Maria Bryant, Cheryl Sykes, Dia Collins, congrats, Dia, I know you're with us. New March graduates, we've got Linda Hudgkins with Vicki, who's with us. Heather Clearfield, again, great from Gail's team that's growing, Moncetta, Jeffrey and Tina, again, such a dynamic duo happening. So take a look at that calendar, get yours mapped out, plug people in, bring visitors everywhere we go. We'll also have the big area meeting in Riverside on the 23rd this weekend. So if you got peeps out there in Southern California, get them to that Riverside Sizzlers. We've just got some great places to be back together online and in meetings. Remember, as we close our goal achieving webinar today, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by your action makes your dreams come true. I thank Gail for sharing with us today. I thank you all for being here. This ends our training session, and I'll stay on for any Q&A or other idea sharing that you have for today. So thank you all for being here. Go get those goals. March Madness is now. Thank you, everybody.